Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. We are back playing Fnia, another story. Yeah. So a few changes before we get into the game is I did change the YouTube channel name to hold on, Quantic Blue Jay. So yeah. That's one thing. And two, the game that I'm currently playing is also on Game Jolt. The link to that will also be in the description if you rather go there than itch.io. So, let's get started. Okay, so last episode we um met three characters, I guess. John, Manny, and a mysterious man. Whom which the mysterious man gave us a job. Manny's a alcoholic, and John he just he's not afraid of anything going on. Like he just meets Bonnie and he's just not surprised. So yeah, let's get back into this as the rooster starts off this video. Yes, everyone is surprised at the beginning. I'm Bonnie. Nice to meet you. Great, now if you don't mind, I'll get busy. Without paying any more attention to her, I went to the office desk and once again looked at what I had to clean up. Remembering about the equipment, I turned my gaze to the drawer. Out of the corner of my eye, I noticed that Bonnie was standing there and silently watched my actions. Opening the drawer, I found in addition to keys to belt and obviously unnecessary papers, a stun gun and a flashlight. I took the stun gun in my hand. It was clearly not an ordinary stun gun. It was much heavier than its normal version, and its charge was apparently much more powerful. By clicking on the power button, was only convinced of this. Do I need this? She looked from the shotgun to me and smiled. It depends on you. Hmm, I see. Turned off the taser and put it into my pocket. Just in case, I hope that doesn't actually turn on in front of me. I got the impression that definitely not intended to stop the person. Can they really attack me? She said that it depends on me, on my actions. I hope I don't have to use it. I forgot to lock the building. Quickly taking the keys, I went towards the exit. Bonnie followed me. I was walking a little faster and she didn't try to catch up with me, but just walked a little behind. Where are you going? I shook a small bunch of keys in the air. I need to lock up the building. Passing by a room resembling a storage room, I noticed something there bright. Something that does not fit into this room at all. Although if you consider what place I'm in, it is possible that it is even someone and not something. As soon as I got to the exit, I quickly closed the door and was about to go back to the office, but Bonnie stopped me by standing right in front of me. What do you want? Maybe, can I show you everything here? Thanks, but no. I took a few steps to the side to get around her. When I reached the corridor, she just stood in the middle of it, not letting me pass. Have you ever thought about the fact that I'll look around when I'm cleaning up everything here? It's better to inspect everything now so that you don't waste time on it later. You won't leave me alone, will you? Nope. Well, I think it won't take much time anyway. And besides, what can she show me except for her friends? And you won't let me get to work, will you? She nodded. Great, fine. Come on, leave me. Yay! Let's go. I'm sure everyone else will like you. But she just kept standing there, just looking at me. To show me something, you have to go. Of course. Then why are you standing there? And you step aside? I was standing in the middle of at the very beginning of the corridor. When I stepped aside, she quickly walked past me. Apparently, I have to go after her. Bonnie led me to a stage where there were two more animatronics. Finally, Chica, me, John, our new security guard. Actually, hello, I'm Freddy. She looked up and down, and her gaze made me feel somehow uncomfortable. I involuntarily looked away, and then I heard a chuckle. Hi, John. It's good to see you here. You know, the guards who worked here wore special earphones. You don't look like a security guard. Yes, I'm not a security guard. I agreed to help one person, and I have to clean up everything here. This is good. But I'm sure that the cleaners would have coped on their own, and without your help. I looked around the stage. The stage was a little dusty and almost completely covered with confetti. It will not be difficult to clean up and not for long. Speaking of them, where are they? We would have told you if we knew. I looked to the left and noticed a piano standing there. I have to wipe the piano as well, while the animatronics noticed where I was looking. There are musical instruments there, piano and guitar. There are spare guitars. There are made to play them. There are many of them. I play the guitar and Freddy plays the piano. We can play something if you want. We? Speak for yourself. I'm not going to play. Come on. No. Well, in that case, I can play you something. Not this time. Well, okay. She was obviously upset because of the refusal, but Freddie smiled. I looked at the musical instruments again. I want to take a closer look at them, but just like that, it's one to approach it, isn't it? Do you mind if I point to the piano? Do you know how to play it? No, I just want to take a closer look. Hmm, we'll go. I went to piano, then girls follow me. I don't really like calling out chants. I'll call them girls. Right now. I ran my hand over the keys and collected almost all the dust that was on them. Everything is simple here, just wipe it off from the dust. I do not know if it is configured and whether it is unnecessary to configure it at least somehow, like a guitar for example. The guitar was lying on the roof of the piano. I didn't pick it up, but it was clear from the look that it was a little less dusty than the piano. Guitar and piano, and that's it. I turned around and noticed that Freddie, who was standing closest to me, quickly looked from the piano to me. Did she follow my actions? Let me guess. Is the piano yours? You're right. Can you step away from him? Don't worry. It's not easy to break it. I moved away from the piano. I'm interested to see a reaction if something happened to the piano. Let's say, is it broken? In any case, I would never do something like that, and I hope no one will. I'll tell you, it would be easy and fast to clear the scene. Just wash the floor, wipe the dust, and throw away all this cafe. I will do it, but not right now. I'm planning to start from the office and move up. Do you mind? Chica and Freya exchanged glances. Bonnie was standing next to me, and I don't think she was worried at all. If they say that I won't remove the scene even now, I don't really care where to start. Of course not. Do it as is more convenient to you. Don't worry about us. Wherever you say, Bonnie. I nodded to her and let her know that it was possible to go further. She smiled and nodded her head in the direction she was headed. As she led me on, I noticed that one part of the back wall of the stage was slightly bulging. Wait a minute. What is it? We haven't had time to get off stage yet. I pointed to this place with my hand. What's in there? Ray came up and pushed the wall slightly, which made it open like a door. Bonnie stayed where she was, and I went to the new room. The room was much darker than the rest of the building. The building itself was dimly lit. It was likely in order to save electricity, but here I couldn't even make out a simple corner of the room. I forgot my flashlights in the office. Oh, okay. In this room there were tables, chairs, and posters. I think I see a doorway that leads somewhere. After walking through the room and standing at the doorway, I realized that there is another storage room. There were many objects in the room. I was able to make out apparently spare tables and chairs, arcade slot machines. I think guitars, yes, most likely it's them. Boxes, more boxes. It looks like this and the previous room are used as a storage room. This is something like storage, right? Yes, various equipment, things are brought here for storage. Spare ones, so to speak. You going to climb up here too? No, really. I let them store everything up themselves. I looked around the room a little more and returned to the stage. Okay, I went on. Wait, how long will you be with us? 6 days, well, nights, it doesn't matter. I untied my t-shirt sleeve. I looked at her, she smiled at me and nodded and went to the side. It looks like she wants me to go further with her. But I think there is nothing more to look at on the stage, and there is no one to look at. I nodded to her after she quickly headed somewhere. I stopped almost at the edge of the stage. She noticed this and turned to me. Is something on? And if I just want to, I don't know, quietly leave until you see. You're not leaving. What's trying to stop me? I am, and faster than you. At least faster than current and previous night guard. Previous one? What happened to the previous one? I don't know. It's just that one day another person came to the night shift instead of him. I see. Okay, let's go further. Barney led me to a small room located in the corner of the main hall. There was a stand with various toys in the room. Above the stand there were shelves on which soft toys were located. Written an image of lukewarm transcendentally. Various posters, balloons, and ribbons decorated the room. Something the atmosphere in this building is very good. Most of all, a large gift box stood out in the my bad. Out in the room. It's really big. Apparently there's a very valuable prize there. I wonder what's in there. Do you bring me here just to show me the room? No, show you who is in the spots. Maybe I didn't hear it. Is there someone inside? Ryan came over and lightly tapped the lid of the box. I didn't expect anything, but just a few seconds later, the lid of the box moved aside, so I looked out of the box. Rise and shine, sleepyhead. We have a guest. The girl got down completely and walked out of the box, standing a few steps away from me. She was not much taller than me. I looked her up and down, she in turn did the same. This is John. He will put this place in order. Very nice, John. Do you have a name? As such, there's no. Everyone calls me Puppet. Other girls, employees of this institution, you call me that. Yep, another author's note, so just give you all a minute to read that if you want. Um, she looked me in the eye with a very serious look. Thought that phrase look makes me feel uneasy. I was wrong, her gaze makes me feel really creepy. Some time has passed and she still continues to silently watch me. I was looking around the room. She didn't care at all what was happening now. Why does she often freeze like this? Don't pay attention to it. She does that sometimes with the new ones. Don't pay attention? It's like she's looking into my soul. Christy didn't say anything about it. Christy? Yes, she's a security guard. Good. What are you going to do if it's not a secret? It's hard to clean up here, but I don't fully understand why I was needed here at all if there are already cleaners here. The room looked clean, a little dusty, but mostly clean. There's no garbage in the room. Puppet nodded and apparently did not intend to stay anything more. I looked around the room once more and I went to the exit. I noticed that I was leaving. Said something to the puppet and followed me. I stopped in the door. You said that you don't have a name. This won't do. The puppet that was returning to the name stopped and turned around. Does she need a name? Definitely. Everyone has a name and she will have one. It's the first thing that came to mind. How about Marie? She looked at me in silence for a while, but then she spoke anyway. You know, I like it. Thanks. I smiled and left the room. Mine led me almost to the office. We stopped in front in the other room. Even without going into it, I could see that it was not very clean. If we compare it with the main hall, then I didn't pay any attention to the main hall at all. Considering that I passed through it several times, for some reason, being in the main hall, I seemed to be looking somewhere in the distance, somewhere beyond the horizon. Or on Bonnie, who knows. Once in the room, I was able to see it better. The room itself it was a little spacious, which two stages could fit. They sat distance opposite each other. A small space apparently intended for tables. The tables themselves were pushed into a corner of the room and placed on top of each other in several rows. The chairs were placed next to the tables, near the tables, and on them too. All sorts of empty cups, bottles, plastic bottle, plates, and other garbage were left. Bonnie went to one of the scenes and slightly pulled back the curtain and looked inside. Apparently, she was talking to someone. Just a minute later, the curtain on the stage abruptly opened and I saw the doll. Fonswirl standing on the stage. Hey! She jumped off the stage and literally ran up to me, stopping a few centimeters away from me. Who do we have here? John, I'll stay with you for a while. Great. I'm Fotsy, on the stage Maple. Fotsy looked towards the second stage. When I looked in the same direction as Fancy, I noticed that Bonnie had moved away and stood near the outside of the room. She brought me here, and now she's waiting for me to leave. When I turned my gaze to Fancy, she noticed this and deliberately moved away from me a few steps. You like it, don't you? What exactly? My appearance. Yes, I like it. It feels like her free skin was distributed to some online game and she took it away. I admit it looked good, but now I notice that in addition to the iPad, she had a hook instead of a hand. Just a little, disclaimer, real quick. Um, this, it, it's not graphic, but it does have a few graphic scenes in this novel. Like, they will, like, say it's graphic, but there won't actually be, like, any blood or anything. So, just disclaimer, if you don't like to hear about that stuff, this probably isn't the best novel for you. So, yeah, let's get back to this. She slowly made a circle around me, also some in front of me. She ran the hood round over my arm, leaving a small mark, not a very pleasant feeling, but tolerable. You have a shotgun in your pocket. Are you afraid of us? She pressed the hood on my hand, which caused me a wound. I tried not to change my face, and I succeeded. It was painful and blood started to flow. Not a straight stream, but a small trickle. She took the hook away from my hand. Are you afraid of me? No. It's good. I'm sure we'll become friends. I'm sure of it too. Fonzie took a few steps backwards towards the second stage. I looked at the road. Well, it's just a deep scratch. It's not a big deal. Meanwhile, Fonzie came close to the stage and pulled the curtain slightly. Another girl peeked out from behind the curtain. We have a new friend, little sitzer. Hi. I hear a voice, but I don't see who said it. Oh, come on. Fonzie jerked the curtain back, making her look beautiful. What am I talking about? They are all beautiful. There's something about her, something special, made her look uncertain. Sorry, John. I really don't like to talk. So, you heard everything. So, what do you think of him? It's too early to judge a person when you don't really know him. I'm sure he's a good guy, and it will not disappoint you. Is that right, John? What do you mean? Think about yourself. Okay, whatever it means, I'll clean up here at your place and general everywhere, not only here. You don't mind, do you? Of course not, friend. Do what you need to do. We won't interfere. And I'm not sure about that. She came up to me and ran her finger over the wound. When she touched my hand, twitched a little from the pain. If the wound is not touched, then nothing is felt, but she apparently didn't care. She smiled and I twitched a little. That's funny. Good luck, John. Foxy kissed me on the cheek. I was extremely surprised by this action, as she was only amused by my reaction. She looked into my eyes and tilted her head to the side. To that, she smiled and ran her finger over the wound again. I hope you're not offended by this. Foxy walked away from me into the stage and started talking to Mabel. Bonnie, who had been standing in the doorway all this time, came up to me and pulled on my sleeve. She seems to like you. I'm not sure about that. Shall we go? Yeah. She just silently left the room. I followed her without resisting. So, I'm gonna say that this is the final, um, like, minute of this video. So, yeah, um, just a little cliffhanger for the next video. So, in this video, basically, um, we meet the animatronic dolls, and Fancy is a whole lot different as she is in many of the other novels, as she's a bit like pervert, like she's a big pervert in some novels, especially in mine, and she's really not in this one. I mean, she is, but in more of a um bad way, I guess. Mabel is so shy. Bonnie, she seems to really be like a guide. Um, in this, so that's cool. Not like all the girls like go up to you and kiss you and stuff like the first night, which is really cool. And it's really unique. As I said before, disclaimer for everything moving forward. Um, the game will get into graphic detail. Um, on what happens. Like there's no visual like things. It's more of just like you read it and it's graphic. So just keep that in mind as we continue this series, or if you want to look into it yourself. Other than that, um, hope you have a good day, and yeah, stay tuned for the next episode.